Depression is not a cause. Depression is an effect. What's the medical definition of depression? It's a chemical imbalance in the brain. Okay. What causes the chemical imbalance in the brain? Because chemical imbalance doesn't just happen. It is caused. What's an imbalance? Too many highs, too many lows. Let's have a look at what causes highs. What causes a high? Sugar causes a high, caffeine causes a high, alcohol causes a high, tobacco causes a high, drugs cause a high, MSG causes a high. All of these highs are transitory highs, they're delusive highs, and they come with corresponding lows. And what's another name for a low? It's depression. Sugar causes a low. That's your sugar blues. And what's the other book called about caffeine? Caffeine blues. What's the blues? It's a low. What's a hangover if it's not a blue? I grew up in a home where I never heard an argument. Mum and Dad never drank or smoked. I grew up in a community where that was not happening. I became a psychiatric nurse, and I tell you, they're wild, those nurses. Started to go to parties, and there was drinking and drugs and smoking, and I thought, wow, this is so much fun. We all crashed at someone's house the night. In the morning, whoa, was it scary. Everyone was cranky, everyone was swearing and snapping at each other, and I thought, ooh, I don't like this. I'd never seen such a thing. Tell you, I got out of that house real quickly, and all that day I had some sobering thinking to do. The high was great, but oh, the low was nasty. It was very nasty. I didn't like it at all. When the person's got to have that next cigarette, they're at the low. When the person's got to have that other shot of a drug, that's when they're at the low. MSG, the low is the damage. They all cause the lows. Of themselves and absolutely together, they can all cause depression. Depression is also caused by a lack of oxygen. Oxygen vitalises, invigorates and electrifies the brain. How do you feel after the morning walk? No wonder Neil Nedley puts very depressed people on 7 hours of exercise a day, because of what it does to the brain. It gets those old stagnant thoughts out and the fresh